Good morning, Star Citizen. Zulu Mongoose here. I just wanted to run a few missions and have a quick discussion, really, of my thoughts on the use of multiple accounts. Now, as I've said before, I've been quite invested in some other games, predominantly EVE Online, and last night I cancelled my accounts. And I say accounts because I actually had 6 separate accounts. Now, a bit excessive, maybe, but I've been playing EVE Online since probably 2003, and it was interesting because really to specialize in a specific thing that you want to do within the game, it was very difficult to do that with just one character, and that's the way the game was designed and implemented. To basically, it was all time based. So if you wanted to fly a cruiser of a certain type, you'd have to train maybe to level 3, and the first level may be an hour, and the next one could be a day, and the next one could be 7 days. So that time-based skill set actually required for me, it required several accounts. And then as I got into more of the PvE side around mining, you needed ships to basically mine, and then you needed another ship basically to haul that contents back to the starbase or the station to reduce the amount of time that your miners are not mining. So with that in mind, the thing I like about this game is that it is not skill based. So as I said before, you want to raise a skill level, you have to do something 100 times to get it up a certain level. And I'm glad we're not going down that sort of route. But I'm kind of interested to hear you guys' thoughts on whether you think there will be a need or a requirement in some aspects to maybe have another account. So I was looking at this with regards to something like the Terrapin. So it's a 2-man ship, one for flying, one for scanning, and sometimes you might not have a mate on or whatever who wants to do that sort of thing. And I know that they're talking about the ability to hire an NPC, but that NPC is going to be based very much on how much I believe that they're going to cost to hire it. So I don't think it will ever be as good as somebody or a human person actually doing that role. So maybe having 2 accounts side by side on the same screen would give you the functionality to be able to fly the ship and do the scanning to provide you that extra gameplay. I'm just interested because I've just cancelled 6 accounts basically on EVE Online. I used to be quite a big miner on there. And the good thing about that is actually it's saving me money, which you gotta love really. I'm not going to be paying out for 6 different accounts, and so if I was to go down to say 2 accounts on this, later on when the game's released, that actually isn't that much of an issue for me, as I've already had that sort of outgoing for the last 10 or so years. So have you guys been thinking about potentially having a second account to provide yourself with the functionality to do certain roles, say mining or scanning or even salvaging, without having to need another player or even an AI? Obviously there's certain ships out there which just wouldn't be possible to do. The bigger capital size ships, there's no way you could do that with I say no way. I think it'd be unrealistic to try to do that with just yourself and several screens. But I'm just kind of interested to hear what you guys think might be possible, and if you've actually thought about this. Again, it's just my ramblings while in game, and I've been thinking about this, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that's been thinking about it. So again, I'm just very interested to hear what you guys have to think about that. Anyway, please leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. If you are looking at getting a second account, let me know why. Is it because you want to utilize those scanning-based skill sets, or is it something else that you want to do in the game? I'd really like to know what your thoughts are, and just to get involved, really. So let me know. Like, share, subscribe, or just give me some comments down about things that you've been thinking about in the game, and things that you would like to ask questions about to the community, because the community, I'm sure, will have a view, and whether it's good or bad, there's no such thing as bad sort of, I wouldn't say bad criticism, but any sort of content where you could be supporting the bigger community has to be a bonus and has to be a plus. So let me know, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.